Boom. Hello. Why am I wearing sunglasses and I have my tattooed legs kicked up on the table? I don't know. It's a good question. I've had a lot of fun recently. Let's see. How do I explain this one? I really appreciate all the positive feedback, and my only premise is to actually be helpful. But as is the case, and I know this all too well, having worked customer service, I don't know, half of my life, that if you give someone a piece of cheese, then they'll want to know where the cracker's at. Or if you give someone a free dinner, they're going to want to know where the taxi cab ride home is. So you can never make anybody happy. But that's alright. I just want to be honest and upfront and actually be helpful to people. I found a neat page that's dedicated to hating me, and it's got like 4 members. I've never read so much funny stuff in my life. I think it's actually funny, and I just wanted to express my warm gratitude for your hatred, for making the hate page dedicated to me. One of the main things, well, of course, I'm not sponsored by anybody, okay? And the donations, actually, you know, I greatly appreciate anybody that gives a donation. I don't ask for any donations from anybody. The average, including everything, averages out to about between $320 to $450 a month. Obviously, these are not, you know, I'm the only person that's putting these videos together. They're very simple, of course. I do give stuff away to a lot of people, and I actually burn a lot of CDs and send them overseas, but that's not related to photography. But I'm not doing this for the money. I don't have any corporate sponsorship. Nobody's yanking my chain. No free gear from anybody. Who would want to sponsor me anyway? I just want to be helpful, but that's it. I did have a Flickr page that I told you all that I'd post test shots up there. Even though YouTube is a social media site, I'm not a person that actually believes in social media. So I'm not a member of Facebook or Flickr. I'm old school word of mouth. It's kind of the way that Zeiss and everybody else operates. It's like, well, if you're doing something right, word of mouth is good enough. And you know, this is not a business. I'm basically retired. I did make a living in photography for many years. As a wedding photographer, I worked for 2 newspapers. And I work for the nursing department, doing a lot of printing and photography of really boring medical stuff, certainly nothing exciting. I still do commercial tabletop stuff like product photography. I'm really good at tabletop product photography. But I don't believe in everybody today, they have their ass hanging out in the wind. You know, kind of like, you know, I'm on Facebook, and look, this is my bowel movement today, and they take a picture of it and they post it up on Facebook. But anyway, I found this neat page because someone started spamming all these nasty comments, like about 50 in a row, and they're all linked to they're all linked to this one page where there's like 4 people talking about how much they hate me, and that's fine. They talk about how horrible the photos are on the test shots that I take, that I post up. They're just test shots on the Flickr page. But I said that months ago. They are boring test shots. But your hate keeps me warm at night. So I actually do like your hate page. However is the case, I can find out information on anything. And if someone's going to criticize the boring test shots, not portfolio pictures, but test shots that I put up on the Flickr page, you better be taking some good pictures. And I found out that all of this person that has such hatred and vitriol for myself, in general or specific, He's got one page of about 80 photographs, and they're all black and white, which is fine. I love black and white photography. But they're all like candid street shots, like, you know, some chicks walking by. That's perfectly valid. Half the shots are out of focus. Half the shots are very poorly composed, and God knows what sort of lens was used, because they're just, even the ones that are sharp, they're just bad. But I'm not, I've said many times, I'm not one to criticize someone else's work. I don't like, you know, critiquing people's work. But if someone's going to build a hate page for me, and that's fine. I thought it was really funny. You know, stuff like that doesn't anger me. I actually think it's funny. Make sure your photographs, if I can find them, are not like really bad. And I don't mean like some of them, but I mean all of them. Very, very ironic. I found this hate page today, and it said that I was so full of crap because I was talking about how modern lenses are worse than some of the older lenses. And this is true. Now, this is a generalization. That doesn't mean that a current Zeiss lens, you know, and Zeiss makes some crappy lenses. They make mostly really, really awesome lenses. So does Voigtlander. But Zeiss makes some crappy lenses. Everybody that makes lenses makes some crappy lenses. But this person and some others were disputing my claim that modern lenses are getting worse. But it is the case that that's true. I have all the evidence in the world for it. I told everybody, all you people, that the new 24-70 2.8 G series Nikkor, the VR series, it has 4 more glass elements in it. It's a lot larger, a lot more expensive. Who cares about that? But it's designed for future cameras, just like the new Canon 5D, which is a 50 megapixel camera. It is designed for Nikon's next generation of DSLRs, which are going to have full frame sensors but DX pixel densities. And the way the lenses have to be redesigned to have really great corner-to-corner sharpness is they have to stick in a lot more glass, specifically aspherical elements, to spread out the sharpness to every corner, because they're needed for the new DX pixel pitch on a full-frame sensor. And this is a hardcore fact. This is irrefutable. Newer lenses are getting worse. Well, what do you mean by worse? That's a relative term. I mean, are they sharp? Yeah, they're sharp, but any professional photographer, and I mean a real professional photographer, knows that sharpness isn't everything in a lens. Like, this lens isn't all that sharp, but it's got great color saturation, really good render depth, and this lens has made more professional photographers more money than any other lens on earth. So I've proven it is the case. Now, one of the largest YouTube channels on photography, ironically, today when I found that hate site, and it was really flapping its gums about how I said modern lenses are getting worse, and they are. And you damn well know whether you hate me or like me, you know, who cares, you know? Who cares? I'm here to be helpful, okay, not to be loved. Oh, love me! I actually am here to be helpful. It is the case that, ironically today, when I ran across that comment and someone sent me the link to it, he said, "Have you seen this hate page?" It's like, no. It was so funny. Another I forget what it is. It's called the Camera Store or something like that. It was a guy with a beard. And they said the same thing about the new 24-70 2.8 G series with VR, 24-70 2.8, that it's the worst lens of the year. There have been other reports by 4 other people of standing, not people, but actually groups. And it's exactly what I told you months ago before that new lens, the new version of this, rolled out, that it would be worse, because I knew what it was being designed for and why it was worse. Because I don't actually have to have the lens in my hand if I know what the design changes are. If I know what the design changes are, I can actually determine a lot about what a lens is. About 90% of the time, so that is hilarious. But I love reading the hateful comments on that page. And the best part is that the person that was complaining about the Flickr page, where I have only test shots, and they are crummy test shots. And I'll agree, you know, I stated that months ago, that they're just crummy little test shots. You know, if you're going to complain about my crummy test shots, make sure that your best photographs are not all out of focus black and white street shots. I mean, it's like click, 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 click. If that's your thing, that's fine, but Yeah. I haven't laughed so hard, laughed so hard in so long. So that's why I have my feet kicked up and I'm wearing sunglasses, because I have been having a ball. I mean, I've been laughing my ass off, and that actually tickles my funny bone. I love to laugh. I love to have a good time. I'm not really crazy. I'm only slightly disturbed, but in a good way. But my whole purpose really is to help people, and I'm glad that I do that. And I wish everybody else to stop pimping and shilling. It makes me happy to hear when someone's like, "How about that lens?" And it's so great, or I found a deal. That's great. That's what I actually am doing. Okay, this isn't about the money. It's about, at most it's like $400 a month, and the time that I spend answering. God, do you know how many emails I get and comments that I answered? These videos don't take that long to make. But, if I worked it out, it would probably be something like 10 cents an hour. Probably less than that. So it's not about the money. They were saying that I'm doing this for the money. I love to laugh. I really do. But I've had a lot of fun this evening. And I really appreciate the website. Thanks for watching. Catch you all later.